Well, Gabrielle, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to chat with us. It's a crazy time of year normally with midterms and all of that. Add in all the COVID stuff, and this is just really bizarre October. But how have you been faring? How have things been going for you now that we're like we were saying already 2 months into this new school year?
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for having me on here. Past couple months have been kind of crazy. Unpopular opinion. I kind of like online school. I like being able to like go back if I didn't catch something and rewind, which I was never able to do in class. I do miss like seeing my friends like in like the buildings and getting to know my teachers, but yeah, it's just been a weird 2 months. But I think I've been doing well at school with it.
What is it about the online that appeals to you? What kind of makes it work for you and your study habits and the way you learn?
Just being able to do things on my own time and like I said, being able to go back if I didn't catch anything in a lecture, which would usually frustrate me if I was sitting in class and I missed something important. Um, but yeah, and just having everything laid out for me and just always feeling like I have something to do.
So how have practices been? How have you guys been adapting? Because I know you've been together for a while now in terms of getting in war and practicing. How's that been going? What's been different? What have you guys been able to work on as opposed to preparing for other teams?
It's been going well. I mean, like a lot of teams probably, it's going to be like a kind of grow your skills season. But in terms of kind of adapting to COVID, we for a while we're working on skills. We were able to share the ball, but no defense. And then we had kind of like a 3-week transition plan of we had training partners where that partners who we had for the week and we could play them one-on-one or they'd have to defend us. We'd have to defend each other if we were playing 2-on-2 kind of thing. Um, but now we're getting into 5-on-5, which has been really fun and competitive. We've got a lot of girls on our team this year, so we were able to get some good games going.
Are you getting sick of facing your teammates only yet?
We, I really like them, but yeah, we were reflecting a little bit. We have like Snapchat memories come up, and I think like this weekend would have been like our opening weekend about, so it's a bit sad that way. And we kind of talk about how preseason is our least favorite part of the season, and it's going to be a whole 8 months of that. So it'll be exciting to finally figure out our cohort, and I think we have a couple games with Trinity coming up in November. So that's something to look forward to, but yeah, kind of crazy.
Sometimes practices maybe aren't the most fun things, but is that really the highlight of your day or of your week to get back in the gym, maybe forget about all the craziness in the world right now and just be with your teammates and your coaches and have some fun?
Oh, definitely. Especially with kind of being forced to have a bubble of 6, it's nice to come in and see like 16 of your friends and have that 2 hours a day. And I think we're pretty lucky that we get kind of that social aspect regularly compared to maybe those that aren't on teams.
Now you're an executive with the TAC. This year's been so different. What's been the biggest challenge for you in terms of being on the TAC exec and dealing with stuff that you wouldn't normally be dealing with?
Um, that's hard to say. It's been a huge challenge. I was really looking forward to this year. For those that like aren't aware, TAC's kind of responsibilities are to kind of bring the athlete community together, and we do that by hosting events and parties, getting people to each other's varsity games, which we also won't be able to do, and kind of community outreach opportunities, which are also like difficult at this time, although we can be a bit more creative with that. So 2 of those 3 things we're kind of constricted with in terms of like the COVID, not having more than 6 people and obviously not having games. So we kind of just have been racking up brains trying to stay creative on how to continue to bring the athletes together and figure out different ways. It's hard also because like lots of people aren't even on campus that would be. So been a hard year, and if anybody has any advice, I mean, I'd love to hear it.
How have you how have the athletes been? How have all your teammates and colleagues and other teams? I mean, this is such a stressful time for everyone. How has everyone been coping, and have you been using different techniques or different methods to communicate and kind of stay banded together and support each other?
I mean, what I've been hearing is that athletes are just doing their best, kind of thing. No one can be really mad at anybody, so it feels like nobody is. It's no one's fault that this is all happening. So what I've been hearing is that people are just trying to push through with the things that they've been told to do in terms of not being able to have a season or things like that. But we've been using TAC meetings to, instead of kind of giving weekly updates on how the weekend's been in terms of competition, we've been kind of using them for how are you feeling and what is the overall vibe of your team, and is there anything that I can bring up to kind of athletics and stuff.
So what else, looking back through the spring and summer and even now, what else has been occupying your time? Because obviously there's unfortunately no games, no travel. You probably do have more time on your hands than you'd like, maybe. What are you doing to help fill that void?
Spring and summer was a lot of Netflix. I personally didn't do anything too productive, trying to figure out the rest of the school year. I was actually lucky enough to have my internship still, just remotely. I was interning for an accounting firm. That was my spring and summer, and then like going into the fall, still just using that extra time for school. So nothing too crazy on my end, but.
What are you most looking forward to doing again? Are you a big traveler? Are you looking forward to maybe being able to do a big trip, or what are you most looking forward to aside from basketball and athletics and all that once the world is back to somewhat normal, if you want to call it that?
I hope normal. But me and my other fifth years on our team have been talking since first year about what trip we're going to do on when we graduate. So hopefully that falls through, if not postponed. Just a big grad trip is what I'm hoping for, and then kind of starting on to doing my CPA real life, hopefully next summer, but nothing too crazy again.
What's number one on your bucket list for travel?
Oh man, definitely. I wanted to go to Greece. We'll see what the girls and I agree with, but that's been on my bucket list since forever.
Well, hopefully next year you can get there. I know that would be a great way to celebrate the end of all of this for sure.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, Gabby, for taking a few minutes to chat. Really good to talk with you, and good luck as things go forward through this school year. And hopefully we'll see you on the court real soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks for having me.